it's me, Jim Caller, Mr. Excitement, and you're watching Laser Weldo 92.
Yeah! Oh my god! Oh my god, that's insane! Damn! That's freaking insane!
So I'm here with Brian Wright, the driver of the Hook truck, and my question for you is, how did you start getting involved with this truck after Steve Sims' son, moved on to other things?
Actually, I started out driving the Hook truck when it was first come out. Steven debuted it at Virginia Beach, and I took over the wheel. When he got out of college, I come in and started. He come in and he drove in 2014 or 15, I think. And I drove for Pablo, went backwards Bob, teamed up with the Gravedigger. Steven got a company ride, and then I come back and went back in Hook, and I've been there ever since.
And my final question is, how did the design switch from a Escalade to the Silverado?
It was kind of, it started out an Escalade. It was a bit of a pain to work on the motor. And with two guys on the road, it was hard to repair the body. I like the old style monster trucks where they had to pick up bodies on them, and it was kind of my thing. I wanted to switch over. So we tried it and got the graphics worked out for it, and been running ever since.
All right, thanks. I'm actually filming it, so.
Okay.
So I'm here with Don Creten, the driver of Scarlet Bandit, and I have a couple of questions. My first one is, what is it like just, competing against your husband? Has there ever been a moment where, like, you've kind of lost to him in a race and kind of hated his guts for the rest of the day, or not?
No, Jimmy's kind of a poor sport when he loses, so sometimes it's better to let him win. So I have to do that sometimes. No, just kidding. We're competitive with everybody the same, so whether he's my husband or not. The biggest thing is if we're in separate brackets to knock out some people so we can maybe end up in the finals together. Yeah.
And my second question is, did you originally come up with the idea for this truck? Because if you look at the old Monster Jam broadcast from the early 2000s, there was actually a male driving it back when it was red and white.
There was probably I came up with the Scarlet Bandit name and the graphics, and if a guy was ever driving it, it's probably because I was expecting a baby, so he filled in for me for a couple times. But I'm the only primary driver of the Scarlet Bandit.
And my last question is, World Finals 9, 2008, that wild flip that still makes history to this day. What was that like? Okay. She's going for it!
Come on! Oh yeah! Let's still rolling! Oh boy!
That was actually a blast. I rewatched that video a lot, and I got really lucky how it pulled itself back up because of the broken axle, I think.
Yeah.
So, no, it was a blast, and I was happy to come in second that year.
And actually, do you think if the axle on the tire wasn't broken, you would have actually still...
I think I would have still saved it. I think I would have still saved it.
That would have been great. All right, thank you with Jim. What do you prefer to go by, Jimmy or Jim?
Either one. Jimmy.
Jimmy Creten, the driver of the Bounty Hunter truck. And my first question is, I know that in the late 90s and early 2000s, you actually ran a Dodge Dakota body. How did you make the switch in 2002 to a Ford Expedition model? Yeah?
We had a sponsor, Checker, Shucks and Craig and Auto Parts, and they wanted two things. They wanted more sign space to put their name on than a pickup truck, so we went with a Ford Expedition. And the only reason we went with Ford is because they had a deal with Ford that their service trucks that delivered parts, and we thought we were on really close to getting a Ford sponsorship, so we made it a Ford Expedition. We didn't end up getting it, but that's how we ended up with Ford Expeditions.
And my second question is, how did you get the idea for this new kind of skinnier design of the truck?
Well, it just never made any sense to me to be big and wide. I mean, you don't need it, so there was a lot of benefits to going small, so it was a pretty obvious choice. What we did is took 17 inches out of the height and 20 inches out of the width.
And my final question is, I know for after your World Finals Championship in 2005, for a couple of years you had kind of a bad luck streak. Then you kind of came back in 2009 and in 2012. 2013 you didn't compete at all in freestyle. But just what was it like? Just going out there, doing good in racing, but then just like flopping in freestyle, the wheel falls off or you roll over.
Well, it happens all the time, but I mean, the parts are the best parts money can buy. Why they broke, I have no idea. We broke Champagne last year. Best money can buy, and it shouldn't be on my truck because the way my shocks are set up on my top of my planetaries, mine especially shouldn't break. But it did. It was just meant to be, I guess.
All right.
Nothing you can do about it. Change it.
All right, thanks. All right, so I'm here with Steve Sims, the driver of Stone Crusher, and my first question is, I know Gary Wiggins started out driving this truck when it was silver. How did you get involved with it, and why did you change the design?
I was the owner of the truck Gary drove for me.
Oh.
I took Gary out of retirement. The truck was our design and everything, and then we just, in 2008, we just wanted to boost it up a little bit, give it a little more design, a little more flash to it. One day we might bring the old silver truck back, but Gary's still part of the team. We still see him all the time. Several times a year we hang out with each other, and he's just home enjoying his retirement.
Yeah, I believe he kind of took a bit of a hiatus from driving after his injury in Pontiac 2006 when he did that wheelie and just
he had to take a little time off, but he was right back in the truck that season, and that's when we bought Mopar Magic and put him in Mopar Magic, let him ride.
Yeah. And my second question is, what is it like competing with your son? Is there a bit of a rivalry, or it's just fair game?
We go out there, we have fun. He's never beat me to this day in racing. He's went out there and got a better freestyle score, but when we line up racing, it's heads-on racing. To date, he has not beaten me yet.
All right,
All right,
thanks.
buddy. Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm here with Cynthia Gauthier.
Yep.
All right, the driver of the Monster Mutt Dalmatian, now the ICE Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
And it's snowing out here, so
Yep.
it's perfect.
And my question for you is, how did you get started in Monster Jam, and how did you get involved with the Monster Mutt Dalmatian team?
You know what? Everybody have a different background. Some people race different thing. I think starting as a crew guy is a good thing because you know the truck really good, and you get to see the driver before, So I think, I started racing motocross, so that's my background.
Oh, okay. All right. And I actually see on your Instagram that you guys sometimes are actually driving BMX, like motorcycles and stuff.
Yeah, I like doing snowmobile, motorcycle, everything with an engine.
Is it like hard, like switching on and off, or is it easy? Because it's sort of the same thing.
It gets natural.
Yeah. Hey, good luck tonight. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm here with John.
What's up, y'all? Yeah, man, that's right, John Gordon.
Driver of Bad Company, and my first question is, where'd you get the idea for this truck?
The truck kind of came together after help of some group of friends. That's how we came up with the name, the wrap, everything. So just kind of friends building off friends.
And how does it feel rocking the new Chevy Silverado grill while you're drivers have kind of the older one.
Yeah, man, it's sweet. You know, guy who helps me out with the truck and owns the truck. He's awesome, and he wants the best of the best, and that's what we're giving him. And you know, my driving hasn't been showing it lately, but we're getting the bugs worked out. And I think we got something for him towards the end of first quarter from here on out.
And my final question is, I know that you've been to a lot of independent shows. I think you've performed sometimes for a Monster Truck Throwdown, Monsters on the Beach, of course, and some other shows. How does it feel kind of going on and off? Because like here's not too many crush cars. Is it weird at all for you?
Yeah, I mean, actually, we were the 2018 Monster Truck Throwdown Championship. We won the points championship, so we're definitely familiar with that realm of the world. The things are awesome, and crush cars are awesome, but big dirt pods are awesome too. They both have their pros and cons, and the cool thing is we get to run both of them, so we get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you get a lot more air on these types of trucks as well. All right, good luck tonight. Thanks. So I'm here with Shane England, the driver of the big QnA truck. First off, where did you get the idea for this truck?
Man, it's 7 years ago when I first built a monster truck. This was what I wanted to build, but couldn't financially do it, so it took me about 7 years to build up to it. And then finally this year, built a brand new chassis, brand new truck, all 9 yards, new body, everything.
Yeah. And my second question is, well, first off, correct me if I'm wrong, is Tristan England your brother or your son?
Everybody thinks he's my brother, but he's my son.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he actually, we just found out a couple months ago, they did a reveal a few weeks back. I'm going to be a granddad in June, so I'm pretty excited about that, pretty pumped up.
And my third question is, I don't know, what's been happening in this truck? Because I remember in Tampa, from what I saw, didn't do too well.
Yeah, it's brand new, completely brand new. So it has a new computer system on it as well, and it's got little gremlins, little glitches in it that I'm trying to get out. And so we were having issues with map sensors, and then now we're having issues with timing. So I think we've got it dialed in, and we're gonna go out here today and see what we can do, man.
All right, so I'm looking for a great freestyle.
You and me both, buddy.
All right, good luck. Thanks.